Grissom, make sure to get that wine mixer to Limes. You know how he whines and cries when his stuff is late. I don't know what Limes is so worried about. It's been nearly a year since we cut off Kadar. We've always come through solid for him since he started using us exclusively. His belly aching gets stale after a while. Anyway, just make sure to drop it off when you do the Rapon spice run this week. If that Taffer Gilver doesn't come through with those weapons in the next few days, we'll have to pay him a visit. When I was there last week, he had a huge crate of stuff sitting in his warehouse. It should have been here by now. I've got a feeling he may have found another buyer, what with all the mechanist activity around the city docks lately. Maybe he's made some new friends. If you don't remember, Garrett sent that someplace else in your second mission at the warehouse. That's too funny, so this gives us some context of how much time has elapsed. I'm sending Jal back to Shalebridge to get that damn Schobel print. Starl says there was some kind of commotion over at the crippled Burrick, and the place was crawling with bulldogs last night. Make sure it gets back in one piece, and I don't want you getting liquored up tomorrow, Grissom. On top of everything else, we have a shipment of precious gems coming in, and you should be setting an example to the men. You're my second in command. Act like it. N. Okay, I can't drop the note. Walking in Circles, Chapter 10. And so Damien said to Ben, "You are surely the foulest bastard for having written these accursed things about me." And Benjamin replied, "'Twere not for your selling of my soul to the heathen creatures that crawl from the depths, I would not have written these foul things about thee." And so the two men became friends again, and the cycle of their adventures began anew. Any worker who sees to the machinery repairs is reminded to wash his hands before retiring for the evening. This includes machinery down at the docks. We are not barbarians here, and we certainly don't want to get any grime on the merchandise, nor the fine goods stored throughout the hideout. New recruits are encouraged to keep their griping to themselves. Everyone is treated fairly here. The next free trader I catch ruining our goods due to negligence will have the offending hand removed from his arm. N. Augustus, I know you came from a wealthy family, but there is to be no more of this eating on the job. I allow you to cook with our precious spices because you make fine food, but this doesn't mean you can use them anytime you please for personal needs, on your own personal hotcakes. You should know better than anyone how transitory most of our goods are, and how we need to sell any spice we don't use. Take, for instance, your testicles. They will be transitorily attached to your body if I find out you, or any of the other grunts, are wasting our commodities. As a leader of this outfit, I allowed you to join up with us because you're supposed to be cooking, not eating. I expect you to take this seriously. Grissom tells me you've burned my last 3 warnings. Gourmet halibut stew, feeds 25. 5 cups imported seaside caviar. 3 halibut fillets, 5 chopped carrots, 1 raw onion, 1 brain of sturgeon, 2 stalks of celery, 4 medium potatoes, half a cup of tomato juice. Throw ingredients into a pot. Add water for broth to personal taste. Boil. Serve.
Sometimes I worry that Faradoc is gonna get us busted. I can't believe he kept that Fontaine piece for himself. I almost lost my leg stealing that thing.
Yeah, it's one thing to actually lose a piece and disappoint the customer, but Reuben isn't one to mess with. I wouldn't care what he does except that he turns around and puts the pieces back on the market after he's tired of them.
Well, Reuben's no dummy, I can tell you that. If that Fontaine shows up in a museum, he'll hear about it. And then he's gonna send his ruffians breathing down our necks over here.
Huh. I'm not waiting that long. Davidson's been swimming in money ever since he hooked up with that spice supplier in Blackbrook. He'd take me back in a second. And if the war keeps going like this, I can retire in 5 years. Besides, I don't want to be around when the Hammers finally figure out that Faradoc's operating right under their noses. That guy's got more gall than a burrick on a full stomach. I'm tired of risking my good for these tappers. Maybe I can get a job at the bear pits.
that her, man, for her.
Tappers. Maybe I can get a job at the bear pits.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. How's that song go? I just heard it the other day. Granite picker.
Messing around with people for too long. I would have started chopping off fingers right then. Bunch of tappers. So what if it's pink? Doesn't mean anything.
I can't stand it. Song's caught in my head. Every time I hear a song I like, it's stuck there for hours and hours, going over and over.
Can't feel my own toes anymore.
Did that shadow move? Guess it was just the wind. What is that over there? Those damn rats. Always making me jump. I forget the rest of it. How'd that song go?
Messing around with people for too long. I would have started chopping off fingers right then.
Forget the rest of it. How'd that song
Oh, I'm tired of risking my neck for these tappers. Maybe I can get a job at the bear pits. These new torches aren't all they're cracked up to be. Oh, never eating that again. Oh.
22-1. Damn hearty new year it was here. Half the boys passed out celebrating the fact we're over 20 strong now. Been a right profitable year too. Ha! More men means less money for each of us. I prefer the old days when it was just a few guys. Damn surprising the hammers haven't caught on yet. We own this town. If it weren't for us, the whole damn place would close down. 17-1. I just delivered a beautiful Mazzara painting to Limes over at the museum in the city today. Old bugger acts all nervous around me lately. I hope somebody didn't open their yapper to him about the incident with that Kadar guy last year. It's just business, but these uppity white-collar guys can get really funny when things get a bit violent. I'm gonna keep acting like nothing's wrong and hope he just has a gas from lunch. 22-1. I don't care what Neeson says. I'm keeping the Gavin statue for myself. If our so-called leader can borrow acquisitions from the vault and lie to clients about it, I can damn well do the same. I've been collecting Gavin since I worked for Davidson, and I'd never forgive myself if I let this piece go. Even as I write this, the boss is out with the harlots at Volari's, schmoozing with the sheriff, and Grissom is here, sleeping off a hangover again. I could just go back to Davidson. Alex, how do you like the Free Traders so far? They're a tough bunch of lads, but I'm sure you'll fit in just fine. Glad you decided to come and join us. Ma and Pa would still have you fetching ale for those hypocritical hammers right now. It's not in every organization you get to learn to fight for yourself, travel about at the same time. Sure, hauling barrels up from the docks is tough, but everyone has to put in their share of sweat. Keep it up and you'll be out with me in the fresh air, guarding the shop in Sunnyport. Jal. Second quarter requisition receipt log. 24 Lost City scrolls, Grimsworth and DePerrin. Carafe Din wine mixer. Curator Frederick Limes. 1 case assorted weapons. Lance Kilgore, as yet not received from Gilvor Exports. Ivory skull carving. Gadam's curios. Woodworked precursor mask. Replica. Lord Gervasius. 40 pounds of spice. J&N Rapone Enterprises. 8 Andanzio crystals. Quote, friend, quote, question mark. Caparizella. Mazzara painting, Lord Porter. Shobol print, Lord Porter. Still looking.
Job at the bear pits.
I forget the rest of this one.
Oh, I'm tired of risking my neck for these taffers. Maybe I can get a job at the bear pits.
The next time I try to pull something, I'm gonna do it by myself. I can't do it. Person says one thing, the other says another. Nah, I can't stand it. I gotta get another job.
And I made it down to the sea, and I was a pirate once. Something,
I can't take this jumbo trash. I can't take this mumbo jumbo bull crap.
Tappers down here. They think I'm new. I'm not new. Crack 'em right over the head. That's what I do. Gotta stay awake. Can't fall asleep. Bird got his toes cut off.
Captain Neeson. Kreese says some hammers came snooping around the goodie bag yesterday. I thought hammers had to swear off candy once they converted. Maybe these two have a little secret. He says they snooped around the place a bit, real authoritative-like, then ordered a half a pound of double mint fudge. Says they kept looking over their shoulders the whole time, real nervous. I almost wonder if they suspect something, but won't report it because they've got a little sweet tooth. Either way, we need to be more careful around here. Maybe lay low on daytime activity for a while. The whole incident makes me wonder how much they really know. We can't afford to make them suspicious right now, and we're really pushing things with all the new recruits we got. The more I think about it, though, the more we need them. Without their watching over things, the nobles wouldn't come to Sunnyport. And without all the fat cats, we lose our contacts and our cover. It's a right shame we don't have somebody like Truart around here to bring in some real watch guards. They can be bought a whole lot easier than a hammer. I don't know how the hammers keep pulling off all their recruits. Wouldn't seem like the builder would have much to say in a sin-filled, cold and nasty town like Sunnyport. Guess that huge, ominous cathedral they got at the north end is a sign of authority and power in and of itself. Whole situation just makes me want to get liquored up. Anyway, you're the boss, so I thought you should know. Grissom. No Passion Among Thieves, Chapter 3. And woefully did the bridesmaid Honeymelon thrust herself heaving into the arms of Dexter, the kind-hearted but misunderstood thief and bandit. "Oh, how I shall give up my ways for thee!" Oh, he did cry, forsaking all the— I thought it was a girl. Forsaking all the wealth and power his profession forced him to seek. 'Twas not long after they embraced in that cold steel chamber, lined with the symbolic alabaster of a forgotten age, that they were discovered by Hector, the woe-begotten fiancé from Honeymelon's past. God. Takes all kinds.
sea. And I was a pirate once, and something, do, 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 do. Boy, I sure am hungry now.
Whew. So, I don't think we missed much loot that mission. That was fun. I liked it. That was actually quite a bit of time to basically sneak around, what, 4 guards inside the place. But, hey, we did it. Not bad. We were only seen it right in the very beginning, that first try. Oh, nice. I only missed 300 gold. I'm perfectly happy with that. That's awesome. Means we got most of the loot. Okay, cool. So, what I think of that, what occurred in that mission? So I was confused, singing my way in, up the side there, because the one guard on the docks just vanished, and I suspected he slipped into the water, but I wasn't going to check, and I saved the game right at the very end there because I was nervous that he was alive and kind of hanging out in the water in a spot I couldn't see him, and then would alert and I'd lose the mission at the very, very end. So I'm glad to find out he died on his own accord, which is hilarious. So I guess they're down to 19 guards, 19 members of their so-called little hangout at the moment. I also got pretty lucky. Every time I went to use a lockpick on a lock, it was the correct lockpick to use, it turned out. That's pretty odd for me. Alright, anyway, so that was the redistribution game is done. We basically robbed the place. We're going to make them very suspicious, took a bunch of their notes and stuff like that. And I guess we'll see what that pays off for us soon. So I'll see you guys in the next mission. Thank you for watching.